So this is question 7 from the practice final, and you're probably starting to notice by now that there's exactly 3 questions from each chapter, and only one section from each chapter is represented here. So what I'm hoping that means is that he's going to pick one of the 3 questions from each chapter to give you on your final. No guarantees, that's just what I'm thinking might happen. Okay, so here we've got blood pressure in women, the 3 quartiles for systolic blood pressure in a sample of 1,213 women between the ages of 20 and 29, where Q1 is 97, Q2 is 109, and Q3 is 118. First question is to find the IQR. What I've done, I've added the equation that you need in blue. So anytime you see something in any of these videos, if it's an equation on there in blue, it is not going to show up on yours. It's something that I've added so that you can put that in your notes for it. So the IQR is just Q3 minus Q1, and they've given you all the Qs, which are the 3 quartiles, the first, second, and third quartile. Q3 is 118 minus Q1 is 97, and that gives us 21 for the answer to the first problem, for the first part. Then it wants the upper and lower outlier boundaries. So the equation for the lower outlier boundary is Q1 minus 1.5 times the IQR. And you can put that all in together in one line in the calculator. So Q1 is 97 minus 1.5 times what we got for the IQR, which is 21. And that is going to be 65.5. Now, just to be clear on here, what you can't do is the first step, 97 minus 1.5. Don't hit enter there and then do times 21, because your order of operations is going to be all messed up and you get the totally wrong answer. So do it all in one step like I did the first time. So correct answer to that one is 65.5 for the lower outlier boundary. Upper outlier boundary is a very similar equation, but instead of Q1 it's Q3, and instead of minus it's plus. So Q3 is 118 plus 1.5 times the IQR, which again is 21. So 149.5 is the upper outlier boundary. Part 3 says that a systolic blood pressure greater than 130 is considered high. Would a blood pressure of 130 be an outlier? So an outlier means it's either below the lower outlier boundary, which is 65.5, or above the upper outlier boundary, which is 149.5. Since 130 is not lower than the lower or higher than the upper, then it would not be considered an outlier. And that's all the parts for this one, question 7.